Hey everyone, this is writing blog number 33, and this is a rereading of the flash fiction piece I wrote for Barnsdall Art Center's creative writing class last fall. And I've got Chris Sullivan right here,
Hey
ladies and
guys.
gentlemen, and he will be playing Gordon, and I will be playing Sandra. Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. It's called Joint Custody. The jingle rang delicately as a glass door swung open, letting in early morning sun. Too early for a Sunday. Sandra, a tall, lanky, fire-engine redhead, pulled back her dark shades over her short curls and let them rest on her forehead as she peered through the narrow space toward the glass case on the left. Trailing just behind her left shoulder, Gordon, brown-haired with a twirly mustache and Jagger-esque shaggy hair, pulled up his shades as well and let his gaze fall at Sandra's ribbon-like hand. Sandra smacked her faded ruby lips and relieved herself of her blue-jeaned vest as she walked her black-booted, fishnet-clad legs toward the case. The bagel store. Classic stop after a Stark party. The duo had just come from an all-night ranger that was hosted by a group of artists at McKinley Lofts, who only make their happenings known to those fortunate enough to get on the Jeff Stark mailing list, a list for the obscure, the trendy, and for those talented at remembering complicated entry passwords. I'll have a cinnamon raisin bagel with tofu vegetable cream cheese, please. Black coffee as well.
And I'll have onion bagel with red velvet cream cheese.
Sandra gave Gordon a shocked look.
What? It's never too early for dessert.
You want that toasted, too?
Please. No one toasts their bagels in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and no one orders anything onion with anything cake, either.
So sue me for liking something sour and sweet.
Gordon winked. Sandra huffed out a laugh. She went over toward the creamers to hide the fact that she was blushing, and went for the sugar in the raw. No coffee for you?
No, I'm more of a tea man myself. You about ready, Pixie Stick?
Huh?
That's about the amount of sugar you're dousing your once pure watery coffee with.
Oh, yeah. Where are we going?
My favorite spot since my first shitty living situation. I tend to find the best places when I have a lot of escaping to do.
So we're escaping now.
Well, what do you think the essence of a trip is?
As they walked out, Sandra handed her food to Gordon and lit up an American Spirit. As she allowed the smoke to toast her lungs, she tried to remember why she decided to go with this clown in the first place. Was it his gray t-shirt sporting the face of Napoleon Dynamite, or his green, nearly golden eyes, his knowledge of 80s synth pop, or the fact that he jump-started a tidal wave in the rooftop kiddie pool last night and everyone followed? After they arrived, Sandra slowed down to take in the scene. To her right, 2 picnic tables shaded by a few maples and a makeshift arty lighthouse. To her left, a tiny, curvy walkway stopped short by a run-down cement building. In front of her, the Manhattan skyline, running all the way from the Queensboro Bridge down to the Brooklyn Bridge. She had never seen New York this way before. The sun rising over the shadowing buildings of the East Village, reflecting its light on the East River before her. No one around but them. Gordon motioned her to where he was sitting on the rocks, and she found a nice round mound which was perfect cushioning for watching the waves lap against it. So, what's this place called?
It's the Grand Ferry Park. Got an open bottle ticket here once, so if you come here again, don't always think you're alone.
Sandra looked around and nervously put out her cigarette as Gordon gazed at her hand and smiled. He handed her the bagel bag and coffee, and looking out over the water, they chomped down. The ritual of licking the cream cheese off of the lips, taking in the heat of the coffee, savoring the flavor coming off of the fingertips, eyes glazing over, their mouths remembered why they had come here. Together they stopped their chewing and let their cheeks stare at each other as they thought about their lips being toward one another. Feeling it was her responsibility to stop this, Sandra broke the silence. So, how did you hear about the list?
My buddy Jared. He was the DJ.
Oh, yeah. Jared's a good DJ.
How about you?
Sandra swallowed a huge chunk of bagel and nearly choked as she said, Tony.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's fine, it was a moon bounce. Things happen.
In moon bounces?
Sure. You never grew up with a moon bounce in your backyard for a birthday party? My first kiss was in a moon bounce.
I grew up in Brooklyn, Cement City. Where are you from? Can't believe I haven't asked you that.
Yeah. Can't believe you haven't. Arizona.
Well, you're a long way from Kansas, Dorothy. Welcome to the land of Oz.
Thanks, but your welcome is about 5 years late. I came here when I was 18 for FIT.
Ah.
The pair went back to their bagels to finish them off. After the bags were empty and the coffee gone, there was nothing else to do, but...
Look, I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah, you said that.
No, I mean, I'm really sorry. I had no idea he would get that way. I mean, who knew he would take his fountain pen to the bounce house because of it? I'm an idiot, okay? I shouldn't have done it. Please don't hate me.
It's fine, alright? I hardly knew him. It was like our third time hanging out. I shouldn't have brought him anyways. He lives in Queens.
Ew. Queens? I mean, really?
I wouldn't be so quick to judge. At least it doesn't go around biting girls' legs just because a jump fest has turned into a cuddle orgy.
You're right. I'll be more careful about whose leg I'm biting next time.
Sandra, the two stared at each other, like charging bulls, smoke shooting out of their ears, lips tightened, ready to charge at each other. You left a mark. Look. Sandra then pulled up her ruby skirt to show 2 horseshoe-shaped blue bruises on her upper left thigh. This is going to take weeks to fade.
What do you care? I thought you weren't that into him.
I'm not. But I am into Genesis.
Why do you think a 70s English band would care about your thigh hygiene?
Genesis is the name of my roommate. My roommate and my lover.
Funny. It seemed to me that last night you lived alone.
She's my roommate in Los Angeles. I'm moving to LA next week. Gordon felt like all of the river's rocks had just dropped on his balls. He hadn't felt a blow like this since Heather from 2nd grade threw out his Transformers Valentine's Day card. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. He was going to bring her to breakfast, apologize, play it cool for a couple of weeks, then out of the blue call her up for some more. He didn't anticipate a storm that would so thoroughly fuck up his wooing plans. He was going to have to come up with another strategy. Play on her soft side. But how? All he was to her were a couple of bite marks she wanted to, but couldn't get rid of. Then it hit him.
Get a dog.
Get a dog?
Take my dog. His snout's about the same size as that mark.
I can't afford a dog. I'm going from one metropolitan city to another.
First of all, LA isn't metropolitan. Second of all, I'll help pay for his care. Like child support, only pet support.
Why?
Well, because Porkchop, my dog, hasn't been anywhere, like, ever. And I hear LA offers a lot in the outdoor category.
Okay, and what? You'll live vicariously through my Facebook or something? Should I do little doggy photo shoots every month so you can keep up with your kid? No. You need to be there for him. I will not have a half-assed father caring for our child.
Okay. So, I'll come visit.
For the dog.
To see the dog. And to remind him that I'm still around.